Hi everyone. So this is not going to be a super long video today. I just really wanted to touch on this subject. I was looking through my video logs and I said, kind of interesting. I haven't made a video on this. I definitely have experienced my fair share of symptoms, ascension symptoms, but I want to do my own take on this, okay? I noticed when I did or I was experiencing ascension symptoms, no one was talking about the ones that I had. So I am going to share them because, maybe you may be going through some of them and really not really understanding why. But I'm going to touch on that today. Now, I do want to start with a disclaimer. Please, if you are experiencing anything, this is not to be taken as medical advice, okay? If you are experiencing anything where you feel like you need to go and see a practitioner or a medical professional, please do so. Do not substitute this video for that, okay? So in the beginning, when we, start to ascend, we start to feel all these symptoms. We start to feel all these ascension symptoms and we're like, what's going on? This is new. It's interesting, right? We're just like, where is this coming from? We try to figure out what's going on. We go see, sometimes, we'll see a professional and nothing will be wrong. This happened with me. And I do want to point out that everything that I mentioned in this video, I personally experienced. But in the beginning, I definitely went and checked it out, okay? And nothing was ever to be found. So I did equate it to physical, ascension symptoms. And they are very real, guys. So I do want you to know that, you're not nuts. What you're experiencing is what it is, because as we kind of elevate with our vibration, our frequency, our body has to come along with that journey too, right? So these frequencies will affect the body. They won't last forever. It's just that you're being integrated, okay? So it's just something that you'll experience. Now, I do want to mention that some of these ascension symptoms that I will be mentioning are going to be some physical, some energetic. So it's not going to just be physical. It will be energetic, but nevertheless, they'll be interesting, okay? So let's start with the first one. I noticed with me, I had rapid, and this happened very quickly for me, ear changes, ear and eye changes. My ears were itching like crazy, like so much so that I literally couldn't even put my finger in farther enough because it was just that itchy. And I thought, okay, maybe I have something like, a condition, a skin condition. It wasn't that. Then my eyes started having changes and one was blurry. They were just changing very rapidly in a way that was alarming. Now I did look into a few things that were going to be helpful with, respect to that. If you do want the information to that, if you are feeling like you're experiencing those changes within, the eye or the ear, let me know in the comment section and I'll definitely share it with you. But we are, okay, so what is ascension? You definitely are becoming more aware, right? So for me, with my eyes, I was just seeing with new eyes. And if you think about it, when you do awaken, do you not see with different eyes? It's actually quite hilarious. When I even look back into before, when I was not as awake, I used to say I didn't see half the things I saw now. So your eyes will shift, and they will elevate, and through elevating, because sometimes they'll even become more sharper, okay? But through that transition, you will get those types of shifts within the eye. And I would recommend, doing some research first before you jump into kind of laser eye or anything like that. But for me, I did, and I corrected it right away. And then when I did, it was interesting because then my eyes became way sharper. But I do believe that the ears and the eyes go through those shifts because you're seeing with different eyes. You're even hearing with different ears, okay? I know a lot of you who are on the spiritual path definitely can resonate with the ringing in the ears. I was also getting a popping like as if I was on a plane, but I wasn't on a plane. And the funny thing is, like, I get that often still. And I feel like that had a lot to do with what was happening, because, you know, you're even hearing different things now. You know, it's like, again, you're so alert that you are just dialed in. Okay. And when you're dialed in, again, that will affect your ears and your eyes. You're seeing differently and you're hearing differently. Okay. Moving on. Seasickness. I know that sounds so funny, but there have been times, I still actually suffer with this one, where I literally could be just in my room, like the way I am right now, and I could feel like the whole earth is moving like this, and it can make me dizzy, it can make me nauseous. Some people talk about vertigo. I had that a little bit as well too, but I mainly just want to focus on the seasickness aspect. And it's not really seasickness, it's just, that's just what it felt like for me. Because again, like, everything is elevating, you're dialed in, you're toned in, you can see, you can feel, and it will feel like that, you know, especially when you are moving between dimensions, or even like, you know, coming out of 5D and going back into 3D, or then going back and forth constantly. You can feel this type of energy where it's like you literally took a trip to like another place, but you didn't. You just went to the grocery store, okay? But sometimes the after effects of that can result in that, okay? The other thing, this one's going to be energetic. You can no longer do anything ill-intended. So I don't even care if it's that you are somewhere and someone is being rude to you. You're just in a place of peace. You don't react. You can't, you kind of have more empathy. Either that or you just don't care. But you just can't be ill-intended anymore. You don't want to meet people with the same type of vibration that they meet you. You're not out to get people. You don't care about revenge. You don't want to, you know, if someone comes at you and is, you know, being hostile, you no longer feel the need to be hostile back. You also can't engage in like shady things anymore. You have to be completely authentic and truthful. Okay. I know that one's going to be a bit weird for some people, but it is what it is. You know, if you tend to be like, I'll give you an example. You know, we've all had this sometimes where, you know, maybe let's say, for example, a cashier has given us more than we were supposed to get. Even in those cases, you're going to want to be as authentic and truthful as possible. You're going to want to be in your most purest light. You will not just be like, oh, and then running out the door like, oh, look what I do. No, that will be out the window. You will not care to get ahead that way anymore, because like I do believe, when people do cheat and lie and manipulate in that way, it is like telling the universe that you don't deserve it on your own. So you have to go out of your way to be malicious to get it, okay? But I'm just using one example. I'm hoping that you're getting the gist of what I'm saying, but it's really like that. Like, you just, again, you cannot do anything ill-intended. And even if you don't like somebody and they've been, you know, really bad to you, whether it be a family connection or a neighbor, you stay away. You don't have that energy to seek them out, give them a piece of your mind. You're just not in that space anymore. Okay. The last one, which is the most important in my opinion, you start to look younger. Has anybody ever heard of like a spiritual facelift? You will look younger. This will look so good on you, you know, your evolution, your, you know, awakening, you will start to age in reverse, and people will notice. And when you do tell them their age, they'll be like, what? They won't believe it, okay? But you will notice this on yourself. You will not need to wait for other people to tell you. You will notice it. And I know for me, this has happened with me as well too. You just look so revived. You look fresh. You look like you're ready to take on the world. You're in a place of peace. And then it starts exuding, that peace exudes out through your pores, okay? So the last one is the spiritual facelift for me. And that's kind of like where I'm going to wrap it up. You know, let me know what you thought about these ascension symptoms. I do feel like they're rare. I haven't heard anybody else talking about them. Maybe you have, but I haven't. But share in the comment section if you have some interesting ones, or if you agree with the ones that I mentioned, or you even experienced the ones that I mentioned. So that's it for today, guys. I wish you all the best. Namaste.